That's just how games should be enjoyed, man. If you aren't enjoying a game the way you want to, you're not really playing a game, are you? Same thing with life, man. Like, if you can, any chance you get, listen, the only thing in life that you should hate, even though you should love it, is your job. If you have to work a 9 to 5, stocking like beans in a bean factory, and you hate beans and you hate working at the bean factory, like, you should love what you do, but at the end of the day, you got to make a living. After that's done, everything should be fun. Everything should be enjoyable, you know? If you love your job, even better, dude. If you love your job and you can find happiness outside of your job, that's double dubs. Like, pursue what you find enjoyable, man. Make the bank, survive, live your life, and then have fun. Or do both. I make erotic games for a living. Well, if you're having fun, bro, who's gonna say otherwise? I mean, look, sex sells, man. When everyone's so lonely and depressed online, sex sells. Why do you think most people play women champs in games with their fucking ass and tits hanging out? It certainly can't be for the lore, I'll tell you that. You've literally got dating sims based on, like, murderers. Like, the Dead by Daylight dating sim and all that shit. Like, I know it's supposed to be a joke, but, like, bro, you got people playing that unironically. And so on and so forth. Like, if you build it, they will come.
Serve or die. Don't care if the others like you.
I need Eloi's arms around my throat, TBH.
Well, there you go. That's a merch idea. Make an Alawi fucking neck piece for when you're traveling on planes and shit. You get Alawi's big manly arms around you. That's money. It's making an honest living. You would be one of them if you didn't have a girlfriend, no? Fuck no, I've never been that way. Even before having a girlfriend, I was never one of those, like, depraved, like fucking waifu lovers. Never. Not a day in my life. That's just not the shit I'm into, bro. I feel like a lot of people who are into anime and shit like that are kind of that way, though, to be honest. No flame, but, like, all the anime waifus and shit, every time you talk to someone who's, like, a hardcore anime lover, that's kind of what it is. It is what it is. I know, it is what it is. It's fine. Guys who stay like that after getting a girlfriend? I mean, shit, man. I don't know. Whatever, brother. Let them live life. If they're happy, dude. We don't live their life. It's okay.
You've work to do. Get on it.
Yay.
Heal, thank you, man. Well, yeah, if it doesn't affect you, why does it matter? Exactly. everyone can have an opinion, though. Like, if you want to sit in your room full of anime waifu big titty statues, like, yeah, I'm going to have an opinion about you. But that's my opinion. It shouldn't affect you. Wait, that's me. Shit. I mean, it's fine, man. It's fine. Having an opinion doesn't mean anything. It's only if the person actually gets butthurt over your opinion. How dare you disrespect Kagu Shakiki Waifu 27 with the blue bra? How dare you? Don't you dare talk about her wife, Shigu Gaguku. She's from my favorite anime, too. I mean, that's the thing about humans. Diversity is great. Dash. Well, if they're my son, I mean, they're getting the BELT, if you know what I mean. To be fair, I feel like kids kind of take after their parents. Like, if I was a father and I got into anime and I had a child, like, the child would probably be into anime. Not always, but, like, if that's what they're around and exposed to, it's probably what it's going to be, right? Not always. You know, not always at all. I think I took a lot of traits from my mom. Not in terms of what I'm interested in, like, entirely, but more of the, like, my music taste, my gaming, and all that stuff, I kind of just formed myself. Or maybe being around, my stepbrothers. I think that made a bit more sense, actually. Because if you don't know of anything, how can you really figure out what you like? You have to be exposed to something at some point in time to either like it or hate it, right? Like, I used to be in my first metal CD. Before metal, I listened to fucking Crazy Frog and, like, Backstreet Boys and all this weird shit. Like, we went to Walmart and I'm telling my mom, "Bump the Crazy Frog, Mom! Put the Crazy Frog!" Because we had a Crazy Frog CD in the car and that's what we'd listen to. But, like, there was a certain point in time where I had a stepbrother and I was in, like, hardball or softball. I don't know how old I was, but it was pretty young. And he had ripped me a CD of all these songs he was playing. And a lot of it was, like, black metal. It was black metal, punk, death metal, stuff like that, and I'd just listen to it. And that's, I guess, what kind of spawned the metal thing. Warhammer was from my stepbrothers. They had a giant gummy bear container full of, like, Urukai. And I'm like, man, that's the coolest shit ever. I need some of that. Oh, my game's lagging. Yeah. Well, they can choose what they want, yeah, because it's the internet that decides for them, right? They're just exposed to more things. Typically, like, when I was young, I was only exposed to what I could see. Like, if I went to a friend's house and he had a game or a CD or something, that's what I would get into. You know, there wasn't the internet where... Well, there was the internet, clearly, and obviously, but I wasn't on it. I only played console gaming. We had to do a... I remember we had a project in elementary school, and we had to pick an artist that we enjoyed. And we had to do a little bit of a write-up in elementary school, by the way. And I had picked Blink-182, That at the time I liked them. I don't think they're bad. You know, they're older stuff, whatever. You know, I picked Blink-182, and my partner, who is in like a grade higher than me, picked System of a Down. And at the time, I'm like, man, what the hell is System of a Down? You got to like Blink-182. Lo and behold, I mean, System of a Down is clearly really fucking good, right? So. I remember in high school, I did a music project on a fucking Cannibal Corpse album. I'm surprised the teacher didn't call some sort of like investigative services. I mean, I got a good ass mark. The teacher was like, "This was the most banging shit I've ever heard. This shit is great. Love the write up." She loved it. I think it was like some older Jamaican lady. She was living it, man. Good times. Well, I mean...
You've work to do. Get on it.
Zon, thank you. I think it wasn't really about the music. It was more of the actual project, you know, how much work you put into like the write up and everything. That's what mattered more, obviously. Music is music, man. But like if you're tasked with making something based on a song or an album, I mean, ideally, doesn't matter if the music's bad, if the write-up's good. Kind of a shit ult, not gonna lie. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you start somewhere. You have to learn of it somewhere. Right? Again, like, most kids learn from things on the internet. That's why they're all fucked up and they think they're a lot older than they should be. Clearly, they're not. Or maybe the exact opposite is how that works, to be honest. I feel like people who are in their 30s these days don't really feel like 30, no? Works the same way for things your parents hate. I mean, I'm glad I never grew up in a religious household because I don't... In that the hardcore religion stuff, that's too much. That's like, nah, man. It's not for me. I don't believe it all. It's okay to be a religious person. I just don't really, like, you know... Some of it's too much. Too hardcore. Well, I mean... I don't know if you've seen those sermons with those, like, crazy preachers. Those guys... They sweeten the deal. Those guys get into your brain, dude. They weed themselves in. They say a lot of, like, sweet things. I kept getting a fucking ad. I was watching YouTube when I was in Toronto, and I kept getting an ad between videos. It was 35 minutes long, and it was a guy in a big room, you know, talking to a bunch of people about religion and God and all this stuff. Some of the stuff, you know, sounded logical, but then he goes, like, really hardcore. Like, oh my God, man. Like, I'm like, you believe this? But again, I'm not the one to judge. Like, if you want to believe what you believe in, that's fine. It's your life. My mom's religious. My grandfather's religious, but also, I guess, more sensible. He doesn't entirely believe in religion. He's more of a 50-50. I don't know what you'd call that. And I think it's safe to assume, you know, or not even assume, but, like, figure there might be something after death. You don't know. I wouldn't entirely dismiss it. Oops. Well, you're dead at that point. Why would you care? But what if you aren't actually dead? You know what I mean? Sounds crazy, but you honestly don't know. You really don't. You could say, "Oh, well, you're just in the dirt, you're done." Well, what if you're not? Who knows? And you will never know. Exactly, that's the thing. Or, you know, you got these videos of people who are like, man, I died for 5 minutes. I saw fucking Grimace, fucking McDonald, and, like, they had Wendy's hamburgers. Like, you don't know, dude. You really don't know. What makes me is running away, in my opinion. You can't separate mind and body because a lot of what the mind knows is because of the body. But what if your consciousness just goes somewhere else? What if you're sent somewhere? Of course, your body, your physical body is gone. I mean, there's been a bunch of shit on this. Like, separating mind from body. But I guess, you know, your mind knows because your body knows and vice versa, whatever. Strider, thank you. Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. We can all agree that aliens exist, though, right? Like, that's a no-brainer. We just can't comprehend it yet. Like, is that fair? Yeah, 100%. Like, I believe in aliens more than I do a god or something. At least right now. I don't know, man. Later in life, you never know, but... I don't want no Xenos on my planet. Oh, they've been here. Maybe they're not as advanced as us. Well, here's the thing. If they're able to survey our planet, they are well beyond advanced compared to us. Like, they are, like... %100%. Oh yeah, I have pots. Found a habitable planet and offered to take people there, but the catch is it's filled with xenomorphs. People would still go. Some people would. I feel like a lot of older people would. Maybe not younger people, but like... It's definitely a thing. I mean, what is a xenomorph? You're talking like an alien that's gonna, like, eat your brains out?
If we have an alien landing on Earth, you know damn well I'm going to shoot some Xenos.
Okay. Well, what if you start, like, an intergalactic war, and then our planet gets, like, Death Starred? But not Death Starred in Star Wars, but, like, slowly Death Starred, you know? So we all suffer. I'd take xenomorphs on another planet over TikTok-addicted generation. But what if they invented TikTok and they sent it to Earth? What if it was them? Yeah, then we're double fucked. Hey, you never know, man. The galaxy's a big fucking place. Haven't we been sending up probes? Or not probes, but like capsules or something that are supposed to reach different solar systems? Containing like parts of human history? Isn't that a thing? Yeah. We need to send those AI streamers those videos of them reacting to donations about eating ice cream. The NPC challenge streamers. Voyager was launched 50 years ago, and it's still surfing the stars. Do we know where it is? Anytime I think of aliens, I just think of some symbiote type shit. Parasites that will harvest humans for sustenance. You never know, dude. You never know. I mean, what we know of aliens is what we've seen on screen, right? When you think of an alien, what comes to mind immediately? What is the mental image? Like a gray, a xenomorph, E.T., Star Wars aliens? Like, what comes to mind? Microbes? I mean, realistically, maybe a microbe or something, but like, yeah, probably something from the big screen.
Serve or die. I don't care if the other
Something like that, man.
Zuckerberg comes to mind.
The Gremlins. Zuckerberg. The Flood from Halo. Well, yeah. I mean, if they're that advanced and they're already patrolling our fucking solar system, I mean, how crazy is that? Again, you see this shit in, like, science fiction where people do, like, jumps to different galaxies and everything. Might not be far off. Now, you gotta think of the X-Files. You never know, man.
This'll do for now.
The Tyranids from 40k.
Well, we're fucked then, because we're not even close to even the guard. We don't even have a fraction of what the lowest life form in that universe has. In terms of manpower.
Serve or die. I don't care
Tobias, I am at my brother's wedding today. Can I receive the captain's blessing for the wedding and luck for my speech?
Your speech! Dude, I'd fuck that shit up horribly. Good luck with that, man. If he's getting married, what about you, dude? You have the privilege of being a sub of mine, which means you should be able to find love much easier. True. It is facts. I'm getting married only because I'm a sub here. Sub, guys. Wait, you're telling people to get married?
A sight for scurvied eyes.
I mean, would be a problem if we had 50 billion Tyranids invading our planet. Best we could hope for is to nuke ourselves.
True. That'd be the better option. I don't know if people would subscribe knowing they'd get married. I think it's the other way around. I think they'd sub to know that they wouldn't get married. Married equals less time for the boys equals cringe. I quit League after 2 years, but I'm still watching you. Hey, that's cool, man. I don't blame people. The thing is, everyone has the wrong take on this game. People expect too much, and so they act a certain way. When you expect nothing, and you can fully, like, back that, then you're set. That's the logical take. Again, people out here playing League like their life is on the line. Like, if they don't win that game, they're gonna die. And if you think about it, the devs who make this game, they do it because it's their job, right? They do it because they, well, I don't know if they love it, but it's fun to them, you know? I don't think they go to bed salty knowing their community hates them. Like, they're not sitting here grinding solo queue 20 hours a day hating their life. People going to Korea to play League there is insane. Yeah, I don't believe in that shit either, but like I mean, to be fair, here's the thing. If they go to Korea because they care more than the average person, right? They really want to test their limits on how good they are at the game. I can respect that, but I don't share that same I don't share that same thing. Like a trip to Korea, how much do you think a trip to Korea is? And I'm going to tell you what I could buy for the equivalent. You tell me how much that is. Trip to Korea for like, what, 2 weeks? Food, travel. How much is that? 3 to 5. I would say probably $3,000 sounds about right, yeah. I'd say that's about right. $3,000 ain't cheap, man.
This'll do for now.
Yo, just a question. Do you play WoW? If so, do you play a sub-rogue since you have the pirate theme going on?
I used to play, oh, nice. I used to play a hunter. I got into it and played a Kulturan, I think, at the last leg of its life for me, but I never stuck with it. But I played before I even was a streamer, and before I even knew of League. I was a WoW player before League. Well, they make a lot back. Oh, for sure, absolutely. I mean, if you go to Korea, you probably expect to make money. People want to see that. I don't blame them for wanting to put on a show, you know? But you'd really, like, you would really want to go to Korea if you were to go. You'd need to want to go, right? Like, I'm pretty content just playing here. Like, I don't care to be number one. Some people do. That's great. That's fine. I'm happy for you, brother, but, like, I don't really care about being number one. Flights back and forth. Oh, yeah, they're a grand plus for sure. You could focus more on being a tourist than traveling is fun. Well, they don't travel to be a tourist, though. They travel for streaming. That's what we're talking about. Well, I've already been through the ringer as a League streamer and as a League player. I've done everything. Like, that's why I don't have any goals in mind. There's nothing more to achieve. I've been Challenger multiple times. I made 400 LP with Graves Comet mid. You know, you could say, well, why not go for Challenger? I mean, you could if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I kind of just like chilling, honestly. I think that's where I'm at right now in life. I prefer just having a good time than actually busting my balls over something. That's why I don't get mad at Street Fighter anymore. That's why I don't get mad at League anymore. Like, I've kind of figured out what I like in life instead of, you know, thinking I want something that I probably don't. Because it is kind of a mindset, you know? It is really a mindset. If you think about it, and I've been there. I've been hyper addicted to this game. Don't worry. I've wanted to be number one and all that shit back then. But to go from wanting that to where I am now, I can tell you 100%.
Everyone pays.
It is a mindset.
But what is your preferred race in 40K?
Votan. I mean, I've loved Orcs forever. I've loved Guard. I've loved a bunch of shit back in the day. But now it's just Votan. But I do think this game is a mindset. Everyone who says it's, like, horrible and, like, completely unfun, you know, I've said that a billion times, don't worry. But, like, it's more of your mental when handling it type of deal. What you think the game should be for you. Oh my god, I'm alive! Oh my god, she's dead! Are you really a worse player with that mindset? I mean, probably, but, like, you're more happy, right? You can play longer, you enjoy your time there. So, like, would you rather be content and enjoying your time, or slightly better at the game? You know what I mean? You think League players can change their mindsets? Riot literally drugged them. Now, they did that to themselves. They got too addicted to one thing and didn't realize there's more than just one game. Like, dude, there are so many things out right now that I love, or that is coming back. They're literally bringing back my childhood in Warhammer. Like, that is the most exciting thing in life in a while for collecting and all that crap. I mean, I don't play as well as I normally would if I cared about the game, like, at that level. But I still play, I do fine. I'm just not sitting here sweating after every move, you know? No problem in that. Being content is stagnation. If I stagnate, I can't impress a Lowy. Well, I mean, everyone... You want something different. Everyone wants something, like... Hang on. Oh. Like, you can be content with what you're doing, but, like, at the end of the day, there's not one thing to life. That's what League players fail to realize. League players are the way they are, miserable, depressed, perma-raging, all of that stuff, because there's nothing else in their life that fills those other voids. League fills every void in their life. They have nothing else to look to. That's literally what it is. And I can say that from experience. If you neglect every other interest in your life, and League is the one thing you go to for that satisfaction, you're fucked. You just described TF Blade. I probably did. I probably described every League person who gets super mad at the game. I was there. I can speak for people like that. Maybe not for everyone, because everyone's different, but, like, I have experience in that. You just need to find other things you enjoy, man. And there's a million things out there. Like, there's a lot of other things out there, you know? I'm not saying give up on League and fuck this game forever, but, like, you can enjoy life. League isn't 100% of your existence. That's all I'm saying. It might take time to figure that out, but, like, I did. And I guess that kind of also came from, like, other titles being released. Again, Warhammer coming back, like Warhammer Fantasy. Just a bunch of stuff. Good music coming out. I might retake up bass again. You know, just a bunch of cool shit. Tyler, you know what Tyler 1 does? Tyler 1 opened up his own pool service. That's the coolest fucking thing I've heard in years from a League streamer. Dude opened up his own pool cleaning services. That's fucking awesome. I wish I could do that. But not clean pools. I'd rather do something like make, I don't know, hobbying stuff to sell. Like, that's cool, man. No, I think it's cool. I think that's awesome. It's good to have the spice of life. Make a power washer company. Well, it's creative. I don't think it's exactly creative, but it's more of his passion. You know, I love people who are actually invested in what they really enjoy. It's cool. And I'm talking more than just a game, right? Like, real life, actual skills and hobbies. That's super cool, man. New rice cooker brand. Yeah. Nah, that's really cool of him, though. That's awesome. IW. I'm not go. Oh, I do need to go to Europe. I have to hit Warhammer World. I've only got a few bucket list places in terms of traveling the world. I'm going to New Zealand. I'm going to England for Warhammer World, and then I'm pretty content with that. Otherwise, you know, there might be something else later on, but that's what I want to go to mostly. Maid Cafe in North Korea? You mean slave labor fucking cafe in North Korea, where they feed you dirt? I wouldn't be surprised if in North Korea the only meal you're allowed is the sweat that drips off your body. You have to, like, mix it with mud to make, like, cakes to eat. That is a fucked up place. The Supreme Leader allows you to sweat, so you sweat and you enjoy it. And you eat it. That's the food. That's horrible. I mean, we melt this. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about traveling and sightseeing. I believe that to travel... Well, some people love and want to see the world. That's cool. But that's not me, bro. I want to travel and see the world for things that I like. You know? I don't want to go to Europe to see Europe. I'm sorry, that's just not me. I'd love to go to Europe to see Warhammer World. You know? I want to go see the Warhammer Museum. I want to go to Bugman's Bar. I want to go do stuff in that location. But I'm not that person to kind of go view the world for the sake of viewing it. You know, it's just not me. And that's fine. Everyone has their own interests. People like certain things. Not everyone has to like seeing the world and whatnot. Yeah, I wouldn't travel for travel's sake. I travel to see specific things that I know are in that place. No. Well, they think it's a... I don't know, dude. Because they want to see the world. That's them. Like, what the fuck? That's not what I like, so why do I care? That's social media bait. Just take a picture in one place and move on. Nah, it's those, like, rich people who post their shit on, like, Insta. In Madrid for the night. $3,000 dessert. Oh my god, I'm in Saudi. $15,000 dessert. I mean, do whatever, man. If you got the money and you want to travel, hey, who's gonna stop you? Oh, Electrocute got me. You should become an influencer and eat expensive desserts. I'm good. All that expensive food seems kind of like a waste. I mean, it's all like... You spend... I don't know, man. You always see those videos of, like... It's a $3,000 grain of rice with, like, gold flakes and fucking truffles and all this shit. I'm like, man, what the hell is this? Give me a nice old burger. Dude, I keep thinking you can build more pots, because I'm so used to the fucking arena mode, but you can't. Oh my god, Timo's crazy! He's crazy! Diminishing returns. Well, do you think people who are billionaires care about their little diminishing returns of like a $3,000 meal? Bro, they could wipe their ass with like the mortgage of your house. You know what I mean? I don't think it matters to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as a normal person, yeah, you're like, man, why the hell do I want to spend $1,000 on a piece of food? Like, of course, I get that. But to them, no, it's like, man, this is just an afternoon. This is the dessert. This is like the appetizer, the $3,000 grain of rice.